Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into our show today. We have a great story to talk about, and it's about Iran and an island called Kharg Island. But let me say before we begin, Jordan, my co-host, it's so good to have you on the show today again.
Absolutely, absolutely. How's everybody doing this evening?
We got a great show today because the Iranian war, we're winning, but there's a lot of mountains that still have to be climbed. It's not a thing that we can just walk away from.
War is never easy.
Yeah. It's got some issues here. And I want to just talk about the Kharg Island for a minute because this is something that's popping up in conversations around the Pentagon, around the country. This is an island that's about maybe 20 miles off the coast of Iran. The interesting thing about this place is that it has some of the deepest water ports anywhere in the world. You can bring the largest vessel has been created up to this port, and you can load it with crude oil. And volume is the key because the more you can put on a ship, the cheaper you can sell it, the more money you can make. And so what's interesting about this, Iran really doesn't have deep water ports. If you go along their coast, they're very shallow. You cannot bring these big vessels in. So they found this island. I guess it's been probably 50 years ago. They've been developing it. And it has been a great windfall for Iran because they can ship massive containers out of there. So the way I understand this is there's a massive water oil line that goes from Iran under the ocean to this Kharg Island. And it's been around a while. I think it's got maybe like 50 massive holding tanks. And it can pump about 8 to 10 of the largest oil vessels that are created today at one time. So it's just a massive facility. It is the gold nugget in the Middle East. If you're talking about what is prime, what is valuable, what do you not want to damage, this is the place. Now, obviously, we've known about it for a long time, and we've watched the war progress over the last 4 weeks, and nobody has touched this island. There's a lot of good reasons for it, and the first one is that if you bomb it, you're going to blow up all these oil vessels, and you're going to catch the entire island on fire, and it will be completely destroyed, which means that it would take 20, 30 years to ever rebuild it at billions and billions of dollars of cost. If for some reason this thing catches on fire, it's bombed, it will send oil prices through the roof because at that point we'll know that 20% of the world's oil market is offline. And to adjust to that could mean $7, $8 a gallon for gasoline. So this is a big deal. And this is why you haven't heard a lot about it in the news. And this is why American forces haven't bombed it. But here's the crucial thing, and I'm going to turn it to you in a minute, Jordan. We've got about 2,000 paratroopers and 82nd Airborne out of Fayetteville, North Carolina on their way over there if they're not already there. And it appears from just looking at this that they're not going to drop our troops in Iran, in the actual country. But I do think there's going to be a play on taking this island. It's pronounced Kharg, which you would say in whatever language you want to say Iran speaks. It's really not Arabic. It's Persian. But so many different ways to say it. But what's interesting here is that if this goes wrong, it's going to be bad. Because what a lot of generals are talking about behind the scenes is that if we go in and the Iranians know that it's going to be an absolute loss to them, are they going to blow this thing up? And if they blow it up, in other words, they're just going to give us a burnt island. What's your thoughts on this, Jordan? How does this play out for America?
I mean, well, first of all, anytime you can get oil, to me, it benefits America. Like if we are able to do that, but you're talking about Iran's not going to give that up. Like you know, they're not going to just be like, oh, okay, well, U.S. forces are here, so we're done, guys. I guess we're going to give up our main oil area. You know what I mean? That's just not gonna be a thing. So they're gonna defend it. They've even strengthened their defenses through this, just from hearing about paratroopers and stuff, troops being brought there. So I this is gonna be tough, man, because we're talking about Iran, and then we're talking about oil. This is what people were like, we don't want. This is what we didn't want to kind of get into is the the sending troops in just to get oil and just for this. So I guess my question would be like, why would we even, if they blow it up, then let them, does that not hurt them more than it hurts us, or does it hurt us more than it hurts them?
This is the scenario. 90% of all oil that flows out of Iran goes through this island. It is pumped through this channel under the sea into this island. So they lose it.
But so let's say Iran says, we're not giving this up. It's us or nobody. And they blow the whole thing up.
Two things happen.
So what happens? Does it hurt America, though?
Yes.
Okay, how does it hurt America?
Here's scenarios that could play out. Number one, they may not blow it up until our troops get on the ground.
Right.
And then it would be a sabotage explosion where you'd have to evacuate 5,000 to 7,000 troops off that island pretty quickly. Now, I'm not a general. I don't know exactly how this would play out, but I could see them playing us. They know they would not be able to defend that. So if they see us coming, do they want to hold that island and shoot missiles and rockets at us? And they may have literally thousands of Iranian soldiers on that island already that would be firing on our soldiers. I mean, this would be a D-Day situation because you could lose a lot of paratroopers and ground troops in something like this. And if they see they know they're going to lose it, I mean, how crazy would Iran be just to blow the whole thing up?
I just don't get the first of all, why do we want it?
Because if we could take it and it would be intact, then we could bankrupt Iran because we would control their money. Now, it doesn't mean we would steal the oil because, the United Nations would frown on that, but we could control the sale of the oil to markets around the world, and we would give them the dividends off of it or whatever their proceeds would be. So they would get that, but we could monitor how that money is spent. And at the same time,
you're talking about, but I get that, but like I'm just trying to understand how we would accomplish. We would have to defeat all of Iran first before we even did that.
No, this could happen any day. They're saying they have 1 million troops ready to fight U.S. soldiers. Ready to go.
If they do, I don't.
The problem with that is they did when they fought the Iraqis. They manned 1 million armed force against the Iraqis. So how ready would they be? How trained would they be? Would this just be a situation we would just mow them down?
Hold on, wait. So they were attacking other Muslim nations?
Well, they fought Iraq during the 1980 war. The big war that they...
I'm just saying, like, this is what they're doing currently, though.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's what they've all done.
It wouldn't matter to them.
So it's not just Jews. It's anybody they can get. Okay.
More Muslims are killed by Muslims than Jews, 100 to 1. So.
Yeah, so back to this island, the only way that I see this as a win is if we can take the island with as least amount of casualties as possible. I mean, like at the least amount of casualties as possible. I know that sounds wild, but I'm not a general, I'm not a soldier. I'm just sitting here talking with you. So because if we get down there and then, like you said, they're waiting on us. But this is my thing too. Like I think if they're waiting on us, we would know that. Like, I don't think we're just going to just say, okay, there's the island, get the plane ready, go drop them off without doing due diligence first to see, hey, is there any explosives on the island? Is there anything like that? So I mean, this is complicated, man. I don't know. I could see this going really, really bad and this blowing back on Trump and the administration. I could see this going really, really bad. Or I could see it going very, very well. It just kind of depends on how aggressive we want to be and how aggressive Iran's going to be.
That is the whole conversation here. This thing could be a powder keg. It could really be a situation where we lose a lot of soldiers. But at the same time, if you're able to take it at a minimum loss, then you would solve a lot of the problems in the Middle East, because at that point, Iran would not have any funds at all to support its country. It would have to surrender to us. So that's my thoughts. I'd like to know what the folks think about it. Comment, tell us what you think. Jordan, close us out.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Please comment, like, share, and follow New American Movement. Don't forget to drop a comment down in the comment section and let us know, what do you think? Is this something that America should try to go do? Or should we just stay out of it and kind of figure it out from over here? Let us know in the comments.
New American Movement, thank you for tuning in.